question, what do singer Sammy Davis Jr., Southside businessman Noah Robinson, and the El Rukn street gang have in common? The answer, $1 million redevelopment project at 39th and Drexel. Unit 5 has obtained a series of documents that piece together this unusual and ultimately unsuccessful deal. The focal point of the deal was this building. It's called the Fort. Years ago, it was known as the Oakland Theater, but for a long time now, it's been the headquarters of the El Rukn street gang and its now imprisoned leader, Jeff Fort. The El Rukns bill themselves as a Muslim religion devoted to community improvement. Police call them thugs and drug dealers. Gang Crime South Commander Bill Woods.
We're talking heroin, cocaine, PCP, whatever draws a fast buck.
And that's the business of the El Rukns.
That's the business.
But this spring, at the same time the El Rukns were, according to police, taking to the streets to shoot uncooperative drug dealers, a new business deal was taking place. A deal to renovate the fort here. A deal that would link the famous with the infamous. The players in this deal, Rico Crenshaw, a convicted armed robber and a general in the El Rukns. Maurice Wright, a low-level El Rukn with a minor police record. Noah Robinson, a successful, controversial Southside businessman and half-brother of Jesse Jackson. And last but not least, singer Sammy Davis Jr.
He would do the old soft shoe.
Sammy Davis Jr. and El Rukn General Rico Crenshaw go back 20 years to when Crenshaw worked as a bodyguard for the singer. About 6 months ago, Rico Crenshaw went to Sammy Davis Jr. with a deal. And what a deal it was. The plan was to take the fort, a building perilously close to being auctioned off because the El Rukns haven't bothered to pay more than $70,000 in back taxes on it, take the fort and renovate it, transforming it from a gang headquarters to a combination ballroom, boutique, ice cream parlor, and flower shop. The price tag, more than $1 million. Sammy Davis Jr.'s part in this, he would, through his Los Angeles bank, the Bank of America, guarantee a $200,000 loan to begin construction. Enter Maurice Wright. His job to take Sammy Davis's guarantee and get a local bank to make the loan. Who is Maurice Wright?
A member of the El Rukns organization.
But not according to these documents. Wright gave both the Highland Community and Drexel National Banks. According to these, he is the executive director of Province Elveda. What is Province Elveda? Well, according to the proposal, it is a concerned community group founded by missionary students. But according to the state's attorney's office, it's not anything of the sort.
That name is no more than a front for the El Rukn street gang.
Enter Noah Robinson, Southside businessman, friend of Sammy Davis Jr. He helped Province Elveda get in contact with local banks. Robinson said he didn't know at the time who they were, found out later they were El Rukns, but was still prepared to be the contractor on the renovation. The El Rukns, meanwhile, despite our repeated efforts to talk with them, have remained silent behind the closed doors of the fort. And though this deal ultimately fell through, the state's attorney's office has its own interpretation of what it means.
It's an attempt to appear legitimate and perhaps get money that from naive people who believe it is legitimate.
Sammy Davis Jr. says he wasn't naive in his interest in investing in this project. He told us by phone that he knows, quote, these cats' reputation. He says he doesn't care if they're controversial. At least in his judgment, they are trying to do something positive, and he says turn over a new leaf. The state's attorney disagrees about the new leaf and continues to investigate the El Rukns, their income, and their property.
Also this evening, John Drummond will report on a tense confrontation at the El Rukns temple, headquarters of a cult that police say is the latest version of what once was called the Black Keystone Nation gang.